Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another manga volume review. This is going to be on volume 6 of Zom 100. This is released by Viz Media. Not sponsored by them, but I've had people ask, who releases it. Viz Media kind of focuses a lot on Shonen Jump. This is not particularly a Shonen Jump by Viz Media. This is actually a Zig. Forgot what Zig stands for, but anyways, that's the company that is releasing this one. Um, yeah. Oh, it's just Viz signature. So I guess it's just the Viz Media itself. But anyways, I think it's doing great of a series. Volume 6 was pretty good. Volume 7, I think I already bought Volume 7. Not have to go buy it, but I'm excited to see what happens. Volume 6 did felt like a conclusion to Volume 5. It almost felt like they could have mashed them together and make one volume, but oh well. Before anything else, though, if you have not done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. That's probably the most important thing for me right now because my goal to the end of the year is to reach 5K. And I think it's very much possible. I just need your help, especially those who are watching this and haven't really subscribed. So, in the description below, you guys can find a link where you guys can buy some cheap manga and anime. In fact, I believe I bought this one off that website because they do specials all the time. So if you're looking for a place where they have specials on manga, especially if you buy in bulk, make sure you go and check it out through my link because that helps. Okay, Psalm 100, Volume 6. This continues the story of our four protagonists, which again, it's Akira, who's our main character. He's a chill, he's the one with the list. Shizuka, who was the girl that he found in the first volume and eventually joined him in the third volume. And she just wants to survive. He wants to chill, she wants to survive. And then Kenichiro, who is the wild friend of Akira, who joined, I think it's the second volume, and then Beatrix, who joined the fourth volume, I believe. Former college German student, so her Japanese now English because it's translated to English is not so good. So um, we just kind of get all the conclusion of the fights between them and their contenders. If you don't remember, in Volume 5, they all basically ended up with someone who they were attacking. We'll start with Beatrix. Beatrix was attacking, I believe it was a girl who she was overworked, and most of these characters were overworked essentially. She was all about perfection, and people didn't like that. She was like a Miss Perfect type of character. So Beatrix defeats this character, and she ends up um, destroying the water well that was giving electricity to the village, but still surviving. And basically, that ends up helping the village because that water well at the end of the volume ends up destroying the fence that is highly, voltified, and they needed to get rid of the electricity so that they could cross the fence. Um, then Kenichiro, we kind of see his conclusion, to be honest, in Volume 5. We just kind of get a little conclusion between him and the little girl that he was saving. Essentially, he dresses himself with poop and is able to survive because zombies don't like that smell either. Um, but he shows that this girl was able to smile and also enjoy life because Kenichiro showed her that. And at the end of the volume, we see Kenichiro essentially wanting to do that with more people, finding those that are lost, find themselves, find happiness in something, which is very, very actually, um, in a sense, nice of him to do that. Shizuka was being attacked by this like pervy dude, and he essentially, was rejected so much in life. That's why he was gloomy. He's actually one of the enemies that ends up joining the village and essentially trying to mend all the damage that his group ended up causing. And I'm glad they did that because it shows that evil characters can become good characters in this series. And, in a world where it's all gone to craze, you kind of have to have some of that. So he is essentially trying to rape her. Let's just put it out there. But Shizuka again, because she helped all these elderly people, now they're able to move their bones and be able to defend her. So they actually end up beating him up and saving Shizuka from this guy. Um, and yeah, it ends up being kind of a full circle. She helps them, they helped her. The only one that's kind of pretty intense is Akira. Um, his dad at one point says, "I don't have much time left," and the guy who is holding him hostage is like, "Well, this is dumb now. Like I'm holding a basically a dead guy," and Akira is encouraged not to come out, and he still comes out. And what we see is Akira as a zombie. Now, I wish I could have saved that. But Akira comes out as a zombie, and um, ends up being here you go. Ends up being that it is actually not him. It is actually it is him, but with makeup because he's not a zombie. He does save his dad, and he's able to take down the guy that is essentially trying to hurt people, and he does die. We do see him be eaten. Now the village is saved because even though they crossed the fence, there's a broken bridge. But the guy that helped in Volume 4 before they got to the village ends up showing up again, and he ends up helping them fix the bridge enough where they can cross. And a bunch of zombies, end up falling to the hill. They end up going back to their village and reconstructing it, and essentially they make sure they do more reassurance that there's not going to be zombies coming in through there. Um, After that, we kind of have this moment of Akira trying to decide what's next, and he wants to be by his father's side. He wants to make sure that his father has a good passing away, and I kind of felt like this was going to happen, and it did. Ends up being that he was not bitten. What he was referencing is that he had hemorrhoids and he was very much sick and he just wanted to die. So Akira, overjoyed to hear this, decides that he wants to go out there to find or to fix the world so that he can find someone that can help his dad with his disease that is not really killing him. It's just killing him, if that makes any sense. So yeah, that is what ends up happening. Um, and they go and essentially go and decide to continue their bucket list. Now, there is an addition to the bucket list. Like, it is called Zom 100, but the 100 is not fully completed, and I don't even think it is completed up to this point. But we do see them do some stuff in the last chapter that they added to the list. Here it is. Yeah, they're up to 86 written. Now, there's a lot of them scratched off, but they still have some skydiving, see an aurora, become a doctor, play cajon, cook a Swedish torch. There's a lot of stuff there that they want to do. The last chapter, like I said, is them enjoying basically being out and in the wild again. So, Zom 7 is really gonna set us up for the next arc and see what happens then. I was excited for this one because I knew it was concluding the arc and starting a new one. Unfortunately, it didn't give us the beginning of a new arc that I wanted, but it did give us a good conclusion to what had happened so far. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. And I'll see you guys next time. Like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.